Hello again, RoyZesch.REALTOR here with Coldwell Banker Legacy in San Angelo. Today I want to do episode 5 of our series on rural property. Today I want to talk about improvements and then ground cover, brush, trees, those kind of things. So we'll start with improvements. So the improvements, depending on what you're wanting the property for, what you want to do with it, can make a huge difference in how much the property costs and the types of suitable properties that are out there. If you're looking, again, for a place that you're going to live on, we've talked about water, we've talked about mineral rights and some of those kind of things, and they change it drastically. So you need to think about this, again, going in with a plan from the beginning of what your purposes are using the property, and then when we know that, we can sit down and figure out this property will suit you, this one won't, and start to kind of narrow it down, because that's, again, what we're trying to do is narrow down a property that fits your criteria and fits what you're looking for. So, houses, barns, deer facilities. I mean, there's places for sale that have huge deer handling facilities where they bring the bucks in and be able to sort the deer without handling them directly and stuff like that. So, if that's what you're looking for, those properties are out there. But if that's not what you're looking for, there's a whole lot of dollars invested in something like that that's not something you need. So those aren't the things you're going to be looking for. And it goes into that with the trees and stuff like that. In West Texas, let's face it, live oak trees are beautiful, but they are expensive. It's just real simple. If you look at a place in West Texas that has live oak trees on it, it's going to cost a good bit more per acre than a place that doesn't. Now, then you get into the mesquites and the cedars and stuff, and how much coverage you want. What are your, again, uses for the property? And thinking about, as you go into the process of looking for it, what are you looking for as far as brush? There's people that want the thickest brush they can get out there. They want to deer hunt, they want to be able to clear the cinderas and stuff where they can see, but the most of the place they want to be thick. They don't mind if there's cedars on it, mesquites, the more the merrier in that case. All the way to the other end of the scale of people that don't want almost anything brushy on there. They want it completely cleared of brush. They love the live oak trees and those kind of things, but not any of the brush trees. I kind of fall into that category. To me, the prettiest property out there is the one with rolling hills with grass and live oak trees, scattered live oak trees. That's to me the ideal property, but it doesn't really matter what's ideal to me. You have to figure out in your mind what you're looking for and what suits you. So one person may like a place that has a lot of cedar on it. Another person won't like cedar. So you just, again, got to figure out what you're looking for in all those things. Is mesquites, the real thick mesquites, older mesquites. I mean, if mesquites actually tend to be an indicator of better soil. So where you see big mesquites in particular, that indicates that the soil is probably a better quality there. Cedar is exactly the opposite. That cedars tend to indicate very poor soil quality. That's the type of places that they tend to thrive and get very thick. So again, that doesn't matter, except you need to know that information and have an agent to help you with that, so that you get what you're looking for in a piece of property. If the health of the quality of the soil, depth of the soil, amount of rocks, and those kind of things are important to you, then you see cedar trees, that's probably not what you're looking for. If it's not important to you, then it doesn't matter. It's, again, an agent that knows what you need and how to help you find what you need and understands the process in these areas. Because again, the reason we're doing this is because rural property is drastically different from just buying a house in town. I mean, there's, a lot of the houses tend to be moderately cookie cutter, depending on how old they are. But the variables are in a much narrower range. And so with rural property, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a huge choice of variables from price and everything else that we've talked about. And so it's a matter of figuring out what you want. So just thinking about the amount of cover that you want on the property you're looking for. Do you want big, mature live oak trees, or mesquite trees good? Cedar's fine, whatever you want. Do you want creeks and water, as we've talked about, and all these other ones? And then again, the improvements. From houses, barns, deer handling facilities, even fences. I mean, to some people, the fences aren't important. But to someone else who's going to run cattle on it, even if you're just running cattle to keep your ag exemption, those fences become very important. And if you don't have good fences and you're intending to run cattle on it, or sheep or goats or whatever else, then you're going to have an expense coming up in the future that you need to be prepared for. And that needs to be figured in when you go to buy the property. So anyway, just again, more things to think about. How much cover do you want on the property you're looking for, and what kind of improvements are you looking for? And then again, as you and I talk, then we'll be able to find out the properties that meet your criteria, narrow it down as we look. You know, you look at one, oh, I don't like this about it, and things like that. You're able to kind of fine tune it to locate the property you want. Because again, what you want is a property that you're satisfied with the day you buy it, and you're satisfied with it 5 or 10 years down the road. We don't want the property that, oh, I felt like I had to buy this one, that was my last chance or whatever. There's always another property coming up, but buy one that you're going to be happy with in the long term, whatever that looks like to you. Just thinking about some of these things up front. So, any questions, give me a call, 325-268-0775, RoyZesch.REALTOR. Thanks.